This would be the Portuguese museum here, which the attendant said that the Germans spared because they liked the building and they used it for a, deportation center?
At the beginning, it was a deportation center, but there was a problem in that there was no electricity here. So they had to move the deportation center to a different place. Oh. And if you want to buy the story that it was preserved because the Germans liked it, they didn't preserve
that's what the man said, you know.
Yeah, well, but it's the Portuguese synagogue. It was the main Sephardic synagogue. And for whatever reason, they basically destroyed the Ashkenazi synagogue. That's a museum now. It is.
Oh, the Jewish museum, that was destroyed. That's now rebuilt. The one we were just in?
Correct. Yeah, that's rebuilt. And part of the Jewish museum is the old great synagogue, the Ashkenazi synagogue. That's now totally a museum. The synagogue we're about to enter, the Portuguese synagogue, is still a working synagogue. It's mind-boggling how old this is. This is the Saturday market.
Yeah, we just got a nectarine from the Saturday market.
It's a macaron. It's coffee. It's very different than the French macaron, much sweeter. What do you think of it, Ira?
Got kind of chocolate in there.
No, it's coffee. And this is the main shopping street in the town. And this is more of the Saturday market and a charming street, people walking up and down. It's Sunday, it's day whatever, and we left this morning from Capetown where the temperature was about 50 degrees, and we're standing here and it's about 80 degrees in Hoogsport, which is in the middle of Kruger. And that is where we came in through something called East Gate. And everything seemed to go very well until we landed. And you see all those people
waiting for luggage, huh?
And we're doing a wine tasting in Babylon Stern, a wine tasting of 3. We are now drinking a Mourvedre Rosé. Very, very pale color. The nose is not very strong. Bit flowery and berry maybe. I'll taste it and tell you. It's a famous wine apparently. The Queen of England drank it at the 2022 flower show in the UK in Chelsea. Very, very berry flavored. Really berry flavored.
They have a cherry taste?
I would say more raspberry, strawberry than cherry. Now I'll give it to my fellow here, and you want me to hold the cap?
No, I got it.
You have to smell it.
First you smell it.
That's the nose. No, smell.
I'm smelling it.
Okay, what do you smell? What's the nose?
Smell fresh air.
Keep going.
Well, let me taste it.
Swish it around in your mouth. We're here in French Cellars, and we're tasting Bellingham wine.
You veux this parfumé?
Oh, it's the, I can't pronounce it, it's French, something like that. But it's the car museum in Frenchoff. Tell me a little about the cars in the collection, okay?
Okay, so here we had a collection of Fords. So Ford started in 1923 in South Africa. So Ford started in 1908 in the United States. That's when they built the Model T in 1908. But the actual car that they started with was a Model A in 1903. That's the very first car that was produced by Ford. So 1923, and then they built here in South Africa a Model T. So all these Fords that are standing here, the whole collection, is local production, local produced here
And was
in
the
Africa.
production in
You mean
South?
local production here in Africa?
Yes. That was the first car that the South African was on a vacation on that side.
I saw that.
And then he bought it for 750. But it was sold only in red. That one. So his slogan was just buy it in any color, but as long as it's black.
Yeah.
So his wishes was like all the cars must be black. I take it so.
But they actually had colors
Yes.
when they stopped making Model T.
Morning. Morning. In Badile.
Hi, people. So those are people. We are stopping here.
Yeah.
We are.
What are we stopping here for, do you know?
It sort of looks like an intersection between, yes, and you can tell by the sun that the time is now 20 of 9. And if you can believe that, I'm already up 3 hours. Let me walk.
Heather, but there's a reason for us stopping here, isn't there?
Going to the big dam that I'm going to.
Oh,
Let's get ahead of him to the dam.
Okay.
And then he'll join us there.
Become solitary. Males, they form coalition, they stick together, either 2 or 3.
But a female would be
Will be
one.
alone.
It's Monday morning, repeat, and it's about 10:15. We've already been on a morning drive. We're at Goronga Camp. We're staying at Little Goronga. Back of me is the general swimming pool. We're staying. We did succeed in finding some. We saw a lot of impala. We saw 2 giraffes. They were male giraffes. We saw a 3-foot high, or higher than that, termite mound. A wonderful white rhino, a whole family of them, with many calves and mothers.
Fully grown male buffalo would weigh like 800 to 900 kgs. The female one 700 to 800 kgs. You would find the oxpeckers most in on a herbivore. There is no way by you're going to find them in a carnivore. They get eaten. So they clean the skin, they eat the parasite ticks, you know. So when they land on the carnivore, they get eaten. But anytime when they have a surprise, like the cheetahs, they've surprised them. They were not aware. The young ones, they ran away. And the whole team, they ran away. But after they come and assess, what is this? Then after that, they have to fight back.
Yeah, right.
So they retreat for a while and come back again. And they are a day cat. They always hunt during the day. They've got a poor night vision. That's the reason I call the day cat. The rest of the other cats, including even excellent, but this one night vision poor. So they will be active most during the day, and in the night they just take it easy and they rest. They sleep.
And are they really fast?
Very fast. Roughly the maximum record that it was recorded is 100 or one female impala or male impala, that is I'll talk about the male impala is 57 kgs. He was able to drag it through the throat up to the tree.
Oh, hello. Do you have any idea how old he is?
Yes, this one is 30.
And when he's not in heat, it would have a different smell?
If he's not in the heat, he won't smell.
Josiah will explain a family of rhinos. Early in the morning, early risers. And they are, Josiah said, white rhinos.
The mouth of the black rhino, it's like it's hook lip mouth. So this is wide and square lip mouth. The other one, that is a black rhino. So that was the mistranslation.
Right, I know
It
that.
was written in Dutch, wit mouth, meaning wide mouth.
Okay, and
But the color is the same.
the neck is different.
Yes, these ones are bigger, thick neck. Obviously, the body will be big as well. Black rhinos are smaller. So that is this is the baby,
Yeah,
the mother, and he's chasing that one.
it's hard to imagine how close we are to these rhinos. They're right in front of the vehicle.
Most of them now they're pregnant. We expect to have babies second week of November. So they have a rutting season, a mating season of which is in May. The whole of May, they're mating. And then I would say 95% of the females, they conceive.
A giraffe,
A giraffe.
a giraffe, all by himself.
All by himself. A very lonely giraffe. Just standing there. Oh, there's more?
There's another one
Oh,
there.
there's another one over there, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's what
One giraffe on the right, one giraffe on the
Yeah,
left.
he's...
And Josiah explained, Josiah, there's only one kind of giraffe here, right?
yeah,
And
it's called Southern African giraffes. When they get older, they all get that dark color due to sunburn.
So, okay, which one is the daddy hippo?
The daddy hippo is not easy to tell, but they are big. So it's not easy to distinguish between a hippo when they're in the water. Okay.
I made it.
Yeah, well done.
We're checking the hippos here, Elaine.
Yeah, oh, I see one.
You got one coming over here. That looks like the daddy hippo.
Yeah, it looks like
Oh no, there's a biggie. There's a big hippo.
So they breathe underwater?
No, out of water.
Only out of water.
They can spend maximum 5 minutes underwater.
Look at impala's belly is also white. From below, it highlights against the sky. So if there was a predatory fish below another fish, you can see the white belly against the sky, it blends in. And then from the top down, its back blends in. So with these predators and things like that, their backs blend in with the grass. The lower section, if you look at grass, it's darker at the bottom usually.
Okay, and well, but if you do sight them, they are diurnal, they active birds. You'll find them walking on the ground. Even though they can fly, just that they spend most of their time walking, so they looking for food. They are carnivorous, they'll eat insects. In some cases, they'll also hunt on small mammals like starters, all venomous. Yes. But today, they don't really have much space, and they tend to be found in areas where living conditions are not really favorable. They have to compete for resources, and those are one of your weakest predators that you'll get.
It's another rhino here.
Is it hippo?
It's what kind of a rhino?
I don't know, wait, let's wait.
The white head. Is it a white rhino or a black rhino?
Maybe Galician.
I don't know. Well, let's see. Maybe he'll come.
Really
He'll come.
close.
All right.
Now, can anybody guess how old do you think he might be?
Dis evolve. Dis evolve. I'm gonna go with 8 months.
8 months, okay.
Okay.
Okay, 3 years.
3 years, 1 year.
Pick a number, any number.
So she's actually 5 years. I'm just gonna check her out what she's doing.
You got this.
I trust.
Yes.
So, but if you look inside, you'd only find fragments of grass, no other material. At your black rhinos, you'd find other stuff like pods or seeds or tree leaves as well. And produced a litter of 2, one produced a litter of 4, and one produced a litter of 6. So it was 12 initially, but one. Okay, so and the enclosure that we are in right now, we call it the rewilding enclosure, whereby we try to expose our cheetahs to wild animals through the fences. Just over the other side of the fences, later on, once they consumed and they satisfy themselves, they can leave the carcass to other predators. And fully developed at that age, you're looking roughly at about 1.8 on females to 2.2 when fully developed. So that is curious to a point that they might want to settle you.
Looking at wild dogs.
Yeah, wow, this is a real wild dog.
Females have smaller faces than the males. Very fast and agile.
They're not doing anything, no.
Incredible how flesh winds heal.
Very camouflage.
Camouflage.
You could hardly see the lion in the brush there, but he's just sitting there. You can see the Jeep. We're very close. Really close. There's a whole pride of lions in front of us. Babies.
We learn trekking through, it's like an instinct to us. We have goats, cattle. We start by following the cattle at home, birds, and then finally we have a school, an academic trekking school that you can at least upgrade yourself to what Norman did.
Yeah, tracking the animals.
Well,
which is
and we have a sunset in back of you here. And I don't know if you can see that.
isn't that magnificent?
That's
Good morning again. That didn't take. Here we are in Savvy Sands, watching the hyenas, having a wonderful breakfast. So, Trevor, do you think it was a lion who killed him?
Definitely lion. With 2 large males, and then there was 2 lionesses as well.
So, Trevor knows that there was a lion who prepared the breakfast for the hyenas.
It was a big old male past prime, and they caught him here. And it was 2 very large male lions that caught him, 2 big males that are territorial males from the Southern Territory, Western Southern Territory. And then it was the first time I'd seen them either. So they were new to the area here, and that lioness that was roaring by the lodge this morning will get killed. They need to be active within their territory. If they're not active within their territory, then they will lose the breeding right, obviously, but then also a new male will come in and then kill the cubs. So that's what his role is with regards to parenting.
Here's the vultures.
Yeah. It's a good vintage. It's sinal cleansing.
And the vultures will just hang out, waiting for their
Yeah, the vultures
turn?
will just wait. It's 2 different species. That hyena and that vulture there is very close together. This is a white-backed vulture, and then you see the little guys with the red faces. Those are hooded vultures.
There they are, waiting. So close to this leopard, who is right now just a few feet from us.
Holes in his ear, you see that? In his left-hand ear.
Yeah, why so?
That would probably be from fighting each other, or
Is he an elephant, you know?
Shaking something out of that grass.
look at that. Yeah, they flick it like that to get rid of all the dirt. They don't want to wear their teeth on, because the limiting factor to an elephant's lifespan is sets of teeth. So everyone says 6 sets of teeth in their life, which is nonsense. There's actually 7 sets, if you count them with the milk teeth as well. So they knock the sand off because they don't want to shorten their life by chewing on sand and wearing them down. Because their, as I say, limiting factor is 6 sets of adult teeth in their life. And then once they're on their last set of teeth, they actually end up starving to death. That's what kills an elephant.
Is there still elephant poachers or
No,
tusks?
not really. Elephants have actually been removed from the endangered species list now.
Here are the elephants, a family of elephants that just had a drink of water. And you see the reflection in the water that they have just used to quench their thirst. And there's the African sun setting in the distance.
There's 1, 2, 3.
It's a family?
Yeah, it is.
It's a family?
Yeah.
Who's in the lead there?
That is the children.
That's the mom? The dad?
The dad.
The dad.
Yeah.
That's the dad.
Yeah.
Will you?
That is the children.
That's the mom? The dad?
The dad.
The dad.
Yeah.
That's the dad. Will you?
We were returning to that small airport for our flight to Johannesburg when we had a detour from the main road and go through some small communities. And this was because residents had blocked the main road. It seems that whenever the African government allotted funds to small communities for purposes of paving their roads through their town, the town mayor would appropriate the money for his private use. He'd be buying cars and fixing up his and his relatives' homes. So blocking the road from airport traffic, emergency, and fire vehicles was an attempt to rebel against this corruption and attract national attention to its existence.